This framework is the key to unlocking the real estate business of your dreams. All right, that might sound like a lot, right? Airy, fairy, up in the sky, but I can promise you that it's not. My goal with this video, right? If we're going to give you a target practice, right? Boom, right? If we're going to do that, the goal is to give you one simple framework that you can come back to over and over and over again through your career. Whether this be right now, next year, 3 years from now, you can always come back to this thing. And I've tried and tested this for the last 20 years in this business. I can't find any faults in it. And it continues to allow me to coach my mega team and my single private clients further and further ahead and develop the business that they truly, truly want. So let's dig into this, all right? Now, before we start, the goal with a target is always we need to know where we're shooting. The goal with a framework is, in my opinion, to take a very complex world, which is growing a real estate business, and to make it incredibly clear. If I can make it clearer for you, if you can have it clearer in your mind how I'm building my business, you're gonna have a better chance to execute. And that's what we're gonna dive into today. So I'm gonna introduce you to this now, the overarching real estate framework. I'm gonna teach you a bit of language that I use every day in my practice, and hopefully it's so simple that it lands, and it's how you use your business development style and pinpointing the parts of your business that you know you need to work on. So let's go and let's dive right into it right now. So the real estate agent cycle of life, I've kind of mimicked off of what happens out there in Mother Nature, out there in the field. So write this down, screenshot this. We have 4 phases to work on. We start with the seed phase, just like out in Mother Nature. Anything that grows has to start with the seed. Okay, we're going to talk about this. Then it goes to nurture. Well, sometimes we seed something, happens pretty nicely, and all of a sudden that weed grows, right? But generally, farmers, people out there sowing the fields, they're nurturing things. They're making it grow, they're sprinkling. Mother Nature's tossing us some good weather to grow things. So that's the second phase of the business. But then we get to the harvest. The harvest is when fruit grows. The harvest for us as realtors is when we can earn some cash. And then there's the 4th phase, which is the regrowth. Because we know once the farmer has now pulled all the stuff off of whatever they're growing, there's a moment, there's a phase, there's a stage in our business. After we've sold, now what? And this is the overarching real estate agent framework. Now, the one thing that I don't talk about a lot in the middle of this is Mother Nature, right? Mother Nature out there is what's controlling everything, right? This is for us in our business. You know, as you develop your seed, nurture, harvest, and regrowth plans, the Mother Nature phase is what's going to help you keep it all together. Because like I said at the beginning of this video, we wear a lot of hats. There's a lot of layers to our business, and there's a long tail between client success and future client success, right? There's a long journey between that. So let's dive into this and explore on this a little bit more. So phase number 1, you guys, read this, indoctrinate this into your mind. Seeding, just like out in the farmer's field, for us, the entire seed movement, the seed phase, the beginning of this cycle of life for us, is the art of creating leads. Art of creating leads, or just in simple, lead generation. I want you to think about this, right? First phase, I'm not working with clients yet. I'm not out there showing, I'm not creating CMAs. There's a phase in the real estate agent cycle of life way before any of that, and we have to plant the seeds. So the art of creating leads in your business. So, but what is the goal? The goal of seeding, right? The goal in seeding for us as realtors isn't lead generation. The goal is this: we need to create new conversations. Create new conversations. So if you think about this just for a second, if you're a realtor and you've got 4 phases to manage, if you believe me what I'm saying, and the first phase is seeding. And the goal of it is not to just lead generate. The goal is to create real estate conversations. I would ask you right here, is there anything more important in your business right now than this? If the answer is no, this is where you can shut the video off and you can go back and find your path to seeding, your path to the number of real estate conversations that you need to drive your business forward. And in last week's video, I gave you my pre-annual planner, and I'll put it in the card here so you can see it, where you can go back to this video and you can decide and figure out how many of these you need in your business. Okay? So we're not going to go into that. So if we agree, phase number 1 is seeding. And if you need it, let's have you shut the video off now and stop going. But let's keep going. So phase 2 is nurture. So if the goal of phase 1 was to get a new real estate conversation, if that was the goal, right? Nurturing is the art of converting and nurturing these leads into either a client or a database. See, this doesn't just happen by accident, right? The art of phase 2 is nurturing and converting those leads into clients and database. And I know this is one of those things in real estate that you don't get a lot of training on. If you're scouring YouTube and you found this video, it's likely because it was some lead generation technique that got you here. But the goal here, I want you guys to understand, again, if we have to pinpoint the goal for these phases, because these kind of industry terms like conversion and nurture, I don't love. I want you to think about the entire phase 2, nurture. There is one overarching goal here. It's just to further the relationships. You're supposed to learn more about the people that you had a chance to contact in phase 1. So if you are getting enough leads, you are having enough new conversations, we have to ask ourselves right here, am I taking the conversation further with these people? Am I finding out more things about these people? That is your whole goal when it comes to conversion and nurturing, right? This is where there's skills involved with email marketing, subject writing, follow-up campaigns, follow-up plans, action steps, adherence to your calendar, value-driven campaigns. Again, if you are falling flat because your leads are coming in, but you can't convert them over to phase 3, which we'll talk about, this is again where you might stop the video and say, I've heard enough. Darren, I know this is my problem. Okay, let's go to phase number 3, you guys. Phase number 3, this is where I typically say we are finally realtoring, right? You got into this business and you didn't really think about all the world of lead generation, all the things about CRM adherence and technology we have to use to properly manage our calendars and nurture. We thought about realtoring. We thought about showings. We thought about listings, and we start working with clients, right? Well, that is the 3rd phase. It's the art of the client experience and the closing of each deal. The art of the client experience and the closing of each deal. There's a lot of layers that go with this, but I want you to understand when it gets to client support, buyers or sellers, there's one, again, overarching goal that I want you to think about in this quick little video. The goal is this: creating a deal with these clients and setting the stage for more. So the goal is get the happy success story, okay? But set the stage for more, right? Think about the harvest. We pull the fruit off the vine, we collect the paycheck. We collect the paycheck because we did the job properly. The showings, the listings, the marketing, all the things that come, the client experience. When we set the stage for more, it means that these people are happy, that you've created a client success story, even a happy client success story, even independent of the result. And then you've set the stage for more so that if they're happy, they're likely going to start the referral train. If the success goes well in the community, you can start the referral train. You can start the kind of brand awareness campaign in that area. So that is phase number 3. Now the last phase, all right, we'll flip that over. Regrowth, just like I told you at the beginning, the art of monetizing each successful closed deal. The harvest, we've pulled all the fruit off the vine. The realtor has closed the deal and they have a paycheck looming, right? Now, what, right? That's what the regrowth phase is. The regrowth phase is maximizing, monetizing. As we know out in the farmer's field, the moment they pull the fruit off the vine, they don't go sell that field and then go buy another one to start over with, right? They start kind of preparing the soil. They start doing the things that's required to plant the seeds, nurture the seeds, and harvest all over again. Well, that's the same for us as realtors. We need to think about that as the field. We don't want to just start from scratch somewhere else. We can work from the success story that we just had. So it's the art of monetizing each closed deal is a 4th phase. So it's making one success into more. It's just momentum. And if you just think about this, ask yourself in your business, have you created momentum or is it random? Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Now, for agents that need to focus on the regrowth phase, they close enough deals, their nurture process is pretty strong, their lead flow is proper as well. But if they just want to double their business, they don't have to go find new leads. They don't have to think another farmer's field. They can just monetize better and put an action plan together, which I do have other videos for. Again, how to turn 1 into 2, 2 into 3, and on and on. So I want you to think about this screenshot. This is another way to think about this cycle of life. So top of funnel is seeding, right? We shake the tree a little bit, we nurture, convert, we learn a little bit more, and people fall out. We get to the bottom where money spins out. That's the harvest. We're making money, right? And then with the money, what are we doing? With the success, what are we doing? We regrow it and put it back in the funnel, shake the tree again, and make that thing a machine. And that is the cycle of life for us. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, friends. And I just want to ask you guys, like, where among the cycle of life would be the thing that your business needs right now? Is it 1, 2, 3, or 4? And come up with the low-hanging fruit for your business. What do you need to learn? Identify it, put it into action, build a plan around it, and then develop the next problem. If leads is the problem today, right? So here's a few hints for you. Do you have enough leads? Well, if you don't, it's seed. Are your leads falling through the cracks? Well, then it has to be nurture. Do your clients become closings? That would be a harvest thing. Are you referred well? This would be in the harvest. This would also be in the regrowth phase. And do you build momentum or not? If you don't, that is your step to go into number 4. So this is, like I said, your first identifier. And I use this thing that I heard from John Cheplack, one of my mentors. We seek out the tiny hinge. The tiny hinge holds on a big door. What is that tiny hinge within your 4 phases that can grow your business? And I want you to do that. That creates the clarity that I know you're seeking in this business, that reduces the overwhelm of what you should be doing every day. Again, on my videos, you can see another video about how to create a powerful weekly routine. Clarity, how do you know what goes in there, is determined by this. So you need to reflect upon this. You need to reflect on which phase of the real estate agent cycle of life matters most to you. You got to say no to the rest, because I know there's a lot coming at you, and that's the execution that you'll build. It's with this you have a chance. It's with this you stand a chance to deal with all of the craziness, right? To push you into the right direction, to focus you on the right things, and to build the business that I know you've always wanted. So this is what I wanted to share with you. This is my 4-part overarching framework for how real estate agents run their entire careers. Go through it, enjoy it. Hopefully this video really lands hard for you and gives you that kind of next push to do what you're supposed to do and ignore the rest. See you again soon.